All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Yesterday closed as an inside day on NASDAQ. So that's going to be the focus for this morning. Okay. So yeah, yesterday pretty slow session. We talked about it during yesterday's stream, how slow and choppy that action was. Pretty low volume in the morning. There was not a lot to work with. There was not a lot to do there. So really, a session like yesterday, honestly, if you ask me, that's more of a hands-off day. I took the one trade, and that was pretty much it for the morning. We did have a little bit of a spring setup later in the day, which was pretty nice, but overall, very choppy day, slow day, definitely a compression day. Let's take a look at what that range was from yesterday. 211 points, and I believe current ATR is like 450, 380. So definitely some compression yesterday, which resulted in an inside day on the daily time frame chart. The general rule of thumb with an inside day is to look for the inside day break. So if we see continued acceptance beneath prior day low this morning, you want to be focused on continued selling into those downside levels of interest, those downside areas of support, which is going to be, well, we're pretty much into the first one here at 24,700 monthly and weekly value area low. From there, I'll be looking at last week's low as a reference point, but really the major area of support from here is down into 500, 24,500. So prior day low, main focus this morning. If we do end up seeing a reclaim of prior day low that holds with some market structure or something like that for an entry, that is definitely a trade idea that I would be looking to capitalize on. If we don't see a reclaim of prior day low, more than likely I'm going to be hands off until 10 a.m. and then we'll see if we get any sort of reversal around 10 a.m. So pretty straightforward game plan for this morning. PCE is now behind us. We got Doug Mays in here. Doug, I haven't seen you in forever, man. Good to see you. Doug is one of the original members from many, many years ago. I got to say, like probably 2018, maybe 2019. Okay, there's the open. There's that RTH open. And like I said, prior day low is the focus. I'm not looking at any overnight low spring today, just based on higher time frame context. Good volume right off the open. So let's see if we get a prior day low retest. The PDL retest. There it is. Perfect retest at 749. Can buyers reclaim? Can they reclaim? Let's see. Okay. There's an attempt. What I need here is action above, like an extension above, and then a retest. Break and retest. But so far, that's a good sign. ES is also pushing. And here's the weekly open, 790. Little pre-market structure right through there. Twenty-four 800. There may not be an entry. Darn. NASDAQ perfect test of the monthly and weekly value area low. Pratik, no entry. Yeah, I'm with you there. No entry granted. But so far, that prior day low is reclaimed. So the short is done. Short is dead. Matt went for the spring. Nice. Yeah, you're sitting pretty this morning then. Staying patient right now. It's a nice strong open so far. Fresh highs being made and NQ coming into prior day close. So the overnight gap is about to be filled here, right at 860. And above this 850 area, 850, 860 area, buyers will be looking for prior day high to your next upside level. Scenario like this, what I'd like to see, and what I was watching for, reclaim prior day low, give me the retest, and then there's the entry right there. But that did not materialize. So I'm not going to buy a reclaim of the prior day low. I mentioned at the open, the overnight low spring is not in my plan this morning. So we just wait for that next play. And 24,900. See extended hours volume point of control just overhead 904. What a move. What a move. That was a failed inside day break. Inside day fails to break down, and you can see a pretty explosive move. If price can show a retest into 800, I'll keep an eye on that for potential entries. No 10 a.m. data today. All clear on the data front. What's on deck for next week? Oh, I see MCS at 10 a.m. today, actually. Is that right? Showing MCS at 10 a.m. Next week, we have PPI on Friday. Okay. Pratik, you see it too? All right. All right. Yeah, we probably have MCS at 10. RTH volume point of control now overhead at 862. I want to see how 800 is going to be treated if price gets there. What are we looking at for fibs? Yeah, the 50% is right near the weekly open there at 800, near 800. Prior day volume point of control as well. That was a strong open, though. Look at that. Strong open. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Pratik. Gabe overslept and you got a bug. Definitely don't trade, man. Do not trade. Do not trade. Do not trade. You're not feeling 100%. Don't trade. Never worth it. Never, never worth it. Never had a day where I was not feeling great. I decided to trade anyway. That I look back and I was like, yeah, that was a good trading day. I am so happy I did that. Nasdaq vertical. So that's that failed inside day break. Everyone's looking at the inside day for a potential break. You get the move beneath prior day low that fails to hold beneath, fails to show acceptance. Price reclaims. If you can find an entry, those can be very, very explosive setups. And like I said about 5 minutes ago, 5, 10 minutes ago, price is going to be targeting a prior day high. Now into a prior day high. PDH. No trades for RTH yet. No trades for the regular session yet, personally. Let's see how prior day high is going to be treated now. I was looking at YM quite choppy. Let's see what RTY is doing. RTY session highs. And ES pretty much mirroring NASDAQ this morning, per usual. So we talk about volume profiles quite a bit on this stream. Look how price went value area low for the week to value area high for the week, all in 30 minutes. Potentially another higher low in the making. We just got to see how this prior day high is going to be treated. You got prior day high, overnight high, and 25K right up in there. Still 15 minutes before 10 a.m. Volume has kind of fallen off. NASDAQ 24,950. And here's a true test of prior day high at 959. Monster move, but pretty slow open for me personally, as far as actual opportunities are concerned. Basically, I had prior day low and 800 in my plan this morning. Prior day low did not show an entry. A case could be made for the 800, very, very shallow microstructure right through there, but I don't know. I feel like being that aggressive on a Friday. Really just wanted the prior day low. Did not materialize. So now with about 13 minutes till 10 a.m., if we get a retest into 800, I'll look at that for sure. MCS at 10 a.m. That's usually a market mover. We'll see. We will see. Okay, Nasdaq pull it in. So rejection there at prior day high. Price did not sweep prior day high. Just put in a reversal there. Back now into 24,900. Here comes RTH, volume point of control, 864. What a move. What a move. Just hit the entire prior day range in about 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Look at that. So it just goes to show days like yesterday, better off just avoiding them. It's going to be more momentum, better volatility, better price velocity in other sessions. So let's see what sort of depth this pullback is going to have. Where's our 50%? 50's there at 818, 61, 785. Okay. How's everyone's morning so far? Who caught the rip higher? Cash, cash. One of one. Dom caught the open. Green. Green. Break even. Gabe's buying Bitcoin. Superstar 1 for 1. All right, not bad. Not bad. A lot of single trades, a lot of cash. No cash for RTH. Dave caught a long from 730. Nice. Long from 730. Party lows at 750. Wow. That does not make sense to me, but that is what makes a market, right? That is what makes a market. Looking at funded next CFD, I like how it is more realistic in a way. Trades are done with stops and trades kept separate. Man, I have no idea what you're saying, to be honest, Dave. Funded next, solid prop firm. I agree. If that's what the core of your message was. Funded next, very good. Apex. Who got that Apex email last night? That was crazy. They outed someone big time. Do you guys see that? They outed one of their own affiliates massively. There's always some some drama in the prop space. It's funny. Yeah, I guess this guy apparently made a few million in silver, but was on like his 800th performance account. So his 800th funded account, and like broke all the rules, and it was a long email, but yeah, they totally drug him. That's rough. All right, 5 minutes till 10, 4 minutes till 10. Post 10 a.m. More than likely, we'll be looking at 24 800. I'd like to see a retest into 800 if possible. Otherwise, some action up above prior day high. Worth considering. And volume starting to come out a little bit. So we may just see some consolidation here into 10 MCS at 10 a.m. Overall, it's been a pretty slow week on my end. It was a shortened week. Monday was the holiday. It's a more bearish intermediate term backdrop right now, which is definitely not my best environment. So I tend to be less active as someone who trades exclusively longs. But some weeks are going to be slow. 90 seconds till 10 a.m. Oh, Dave, I see what you're saying now. That is the norm in futures. Is it not like that on CFDs, I guess? Okay, 30 seconds till 10 a.m. NASDAQ so far bouncing here ahead of 10 a.m. getting front run a little bit. And that's from volume point of control and VWAP. Oh, my Tradeovate just froze. Okay, we're back. You gotta love a little MCS blip. Is that it? I guess that's it, huh? All right, Doug, sounds good. I'll keep an eye out for that. Okay, so NASDAQ bouncing, coming back into session highs. There's your new high of day. There's 25K. Did we just get some news? Wow, 2505, 25050. What a rip. So 25K on watch now. This thing's off my screen. There we go. Look at the volume. Yeah, that's got to be news. Oh wow, Trump's tariffs struck down by US Supreme Court. Wow. Let's see. I'm watching 25K. Superstar didn't have time to scale up. That's all good. Don't chase. Don't do anything crazy. God, these are some wide structures. Mega wide. And now my trade await is not loading. Another floating order. Oh, there it goes. Canceled. Okay, good. Mike Tradovate frozen for you too. Yeah, that Tradovate, man. What's going on with Tradovate? Old reliable has not been so reliable lately. What is going on? Tradovate can't handle the volatility now. It's like we got to go to Top Step X. We got to get back on Project X. That's crazy. Okay, so 25K is your nearest reference point to keep an eye on. There's a retest of prior day high. Mike, scary to trade like that and Tradovate stops not stopping. Yeah, that is not good. That is not good at all. That is not what you want to see. Okay, rejection there at 25K. Oof, Gabe, that is rough. That is rough. Meanwhile, I'm over here like just cash, still cash on the day. Oh man, that's wild. That is wild. So when volatility hits, it's important to keep your composure. Don't go chasing or anything. NASDAQ back into session volume point of control. So we have some intraday market structure right through here. We got point of control. Let's see. Let's see how this 900 area is going to be treated. 900. I'd rather see 800. Gabe, 3 no trade days in a row. Might be a win wall post for me. Yeah, post it up, man. That's what we love in the Traders Think Tank. Process oriented wins. Anything related to process is amazing. Outcome wins are great too, but the outcome P&L wins only come from good process. So take a look at that 15-minute right now. Still has 7 minutes left on it, but there are big wicks across the board here. Allergies are just absolutely crazy right now. No, we have good volume. We have big volume on the back of that news. Let's see how much of the move has been retraced on NASDAQ. So that's the 50%. That's your 50 at 900 session volume point of control right there. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. Let's see. I'll go for 25K. At least Tradeovate's working right now, anyway. Howie administration will quickly be issuing a statement on how they'll keep the tariffs on. Yeah, I expect a lot of chatter over the weekend. It should be an interesting Sunday night open. That's for sure. I would expect a gap. Give me a move right here into 25K. Come on. Just bumping into overnight high. There we go. There it is. There it is. All right. First trade of the regular session. Hey, not bad. Not bad, right? So we were looking at 24,900 with intraday structure right through there. We had point of control and we had the 50% fib retracement. So confluence of multiple reference points makes for a B or B plus quality setup, right? Point of control, intraday structure, 50% fibbler. And then I just need to see a signal bar with good RVOL. And we take almost 100 points on it. 90 points or so. Patient now. Patient now, price retesting 25K. So this is all higher time frame resistance. And the wicks we talked about earlier might be getting absorbed here. How's everyone doing? It's quiet. Hopefully no one got chewed up in that volatility. You guys all right? B-Link's chilling, 1 for 1. Josh, 1 for 2, still green. Good risk management there. Josh, 3 for 3. Nice. Solid. Marty, break even. Solid. Solid, solid. Mike, nicely green. 2 for 2. Nicole, good to see you. Nicole, 1 for 1. Nice work. Yeah, if you guys are nicely green already, you may want to consider just calling it a Friday, calling it a week. I would expect just some compression from here after that big volatile move. Oh, Tradeovate doubled my order with a lag. Didn't realize till it was too late. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I know that feeling. I'll never forget the day. That's the reason I left back when we were trading options. Think or swim, triple size position on Amazon because of platform lag. That was my last ever trade on Think or swim. Pratik took another stab at RTY but stopped. All good. All good. Keep it light. So this structure, like we mentioned a minute ago, starting to compress. What does that mean exactly? Well, you're going to get a big volatile move on the back of some news, right? Volatility expands and then compresses. So here's your volatility expansion. And now it probably just compresses. I might be done. I might be done for the day. I might just call it. It's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. Gabe, interactive brokers def much better than Think or Swim. I agree. So after Think or Swim, I went to Trade Station, which is actually really good. If you trade equities or options, Trade Station is one of the best. And then interactive brokers is great as well. Okay, prices back into this 900 area intraday structure. I want to see if this structure is gonna break down or not. Considering price did not make a new high of day, I'm not gonna grab any fresh longs in this area. But I would like to see the reaction down here. Yeah, Matt, that's what I'm talking about right there. Let's see. Mike, that's huge progress right there. Mike says it feels different when you see a big move and your FOMO demon is just waiting to jump in. Today, I saw him crawling up and stopped him right there. It feels good to stay calm and analytical. Heck yeah, man. It shows growth with self awareness, right? Improvement with your self awareness, which is huge. Huge. To be consistent, a truly consistent trader, you have to have very strong self-awareness. So that's a nice win right there if you ask me. Process-oriented win. Beautiful. Well done. So NASDAQ holding that same zone again. We have good support through here at volume point of control. Volume's even better now. Still just with my one trade there. Can price finally break 25K? So another test of 25K. And notice we talked about compression. Notice what the structure is showing you there. Same thing visible on ES as well. Pratik got a monster trade running on RTY. Nice work. Heck yeah. Nice recovery. This 30-minute bar closes in 8 minutes. There we go. It's getting more interesting now. Let's see. See if we can actually get some acceptance above 25K. Dave going for session high. Yeah, it's not that far away. Another 40 points or so. Still here, just with my one trade, about 90 points on the sesh. Pretty happy with that one. Pretty happy. Staying patient now. You can make a living on one trade per day. Don't forget. Little consolidation now at 25K. Volume remains solid. And the fresh 30-minute bar in 3.5 minutes. So I want to see that next 30-minute bar open up. Kind of make a decision from there if I'm gonna keep it going for this morning or not. Okay, it's looking better at 25K. I like what I see here. Pratik, saved by a tick. Market gods are looking out for you, man. Heck yeah. That was the best feeling right there. Normally it's trailed to the tick, not saved by a tick. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. A little consolidation now, just 25K. Consolidation station. It's slowing down again. Yeah, that's that compression. You get the volatility expansion and then it compresses. Starts to slow down. NASDAQ retesting prior day high. And 1 minute till that next 30-minute bar. Okay. 10:30. NQ still just here consolidating at 25K. I would like to see acceptance above the 25K. But right now it's just churning through this zone. Yeah, I kind of just want to call it. I kind of just want to call it a day. I think I'm going to call it right there. We'll take the one trade. We'll call it a Friday. We'll call it an early week. Shut it down right there. Personally, I'm pretty happy with that trade. I'm happy with my patience this morning. I'm happy that I didn't have FOMO, stayed methodical, didn't chase anything, just waited for my trade. Just waited for it, you know? That was it. That was it. So within the plan, we had longs near prior day low. No entry was provided. We had longs versus 24,800. No entry was provided. That was in the plan. And then later in the sesh, you get the B or B plus quality opportunity, which is the long that I took. And the idea for that one, if you joined us late, just to recap it, intraday structure, volume point of control, and fib buy zone, 50% fib right there, plus elevated RVol. So I'll take those. Confluence of 3 reference points plus elevated RVol ends up being a nice win to close out the week with. So we'll keep it going here in the Traders Think Tank, but personally, gonna shut it down right now. I'm keeping an eye on 25K for the remainder of this morning. Hope you guys had a good day. Hope you guys had a good week. We'll be live again on Monday. Thank you for your time and have a great weekend. Take care.